Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever thought about which countries are truly close to China? In a world that often feels divided and full of conflict, there are still countries that stand by China, showing support not just in words but in real action. It's honestly surprising and emotional to see how deep these connections run. These countries don't always agree with China on everything, but their friendship shows up in powerful ways. Doing big business together, working side by side in global meetings, sharing military or political goals, and often standing up for China when the world turns critical. It's not just about politics, it's about trust, support, and long-term ties. Today, we're going to explore the top 10 countries that stay close to China no matter what. You might be shocked by some of the names on this list, and it might make you see global alliances in a whole new way. So stay with us until the end. You won't want to miss this journey into the world of China's strongest supporters. Number 10, Belarus. Often seen as Russia's closest ally, has grown even closer to China in recent years. This relationship is built on strong political support, growing economic cooperation, and shared views on international issues. Belarus has been a loyal supporter of China's Belt and Road Initiative, hoping to attract Chinese investment to improve its struggling economy. It is shocking to see how far their bond has grown. China has become an important partner for Belarus, providing loans and pouring money into various parts of Belarus's economy, like infrastructure and factories. The two countries' trade has been growing, slowly but steadily, showing a clear path toward a closer future. A major project between them, the China-Belarus Industrial Park, is a huge example of this partnership, helping Belarus develop economically. Despite all this, Belarus has often backed China on tough issues like Taiwan and human rights, even when it's not popular in the global community. Their leaders continue to express their strong support for each other, agreeing to make their relationship even stronger in the future. It's shocking to see how far two countries, so different in history and geography, have come together. These ties, though, can't be ignored. While their cooperation brings benefits, some may feel uneasy about Belarus becoming too reliant on China. Still, it's clear that both countries are committed to each other and their alliance will continue to grow. As you can see, Belarus's growing bond with China shows how complex and unpredictable international relations can be. Number 9, South Africa, one of Africa's strongest countries, has grown very close to China in recent years. This is not just a normal friendship, it's a deep partnership built on business, politics, and shared dreams. Both countries want a world that is fairer and more equal, where powerful countries don't control everything. China has become South Africa's biggest trading partner, which is shocking to many. Over the last 20 years, trade between them has grown extremely fast. China buys South Africa's raw materials like gold and minerals, and in return sells South Africa finished products like electronics and machines. China has also invested a lot of money into South Africa's roads, mines, and energy systems, creating thousands of jobs and helping the economy grow. But not everyone is happy. Many South Africans are worried and sad that cheap Chinese products are hurting local businesses and taking away opportunities for local workers. Some fear that South Africa is becoming too dependent on China. Still, both countries continue to call each other strong and trusted partners, and their bond remains solid and unshaken for now. Number 8, Serbia. In the middle of Europe, Serbia and China have become very close friends. This friendship is not just words, it's built on trust, help, and deep support. While many Western countries looked away, China stepped in and helped Serbia when it needed it most. China has spent a lot of money to build things like roads, railways, and bridges across Serbia. These projects gave Serbia hope for a better future. One big project is the Belgrade-Budapest Railway, which China is helping to build. It will connect countries and bring more trade and jobs. Serbia hasn't forgotten this help. Serbian leaders have openly thanked China again and again. They stand with China on big political issues, like Taiwan and Xinjiang, even when others disagree. This relationship shows a deep bond, a kind of loyalty and understanding that is rare today. For a small country like Serbia, China's friendship feels like a lifeline in a fast-changing world. Number 7, Iran. The bond between China and Iran has grown stronger in recent years, and it's not just about business, it's about survival and shared struggles. Both countries feel pushed aside by the United States, and that pain has brought them closer. As Iran faced harsh international sanctions, many countries turned their backs, but China did not. China buys a huge amount of oil from Iran, Even when it's risky, Chinese money is helping Iran keep its economy alive. From roads to factories, Chinese companies are building Iran's future. It's shocking to see how much China has invested in Iran while the rest of the world watches from a distance. Even though Iran is under pressure, its friendship with China remains strong. Through China's Belt and Road Initiative, Iran sees hope. In a world that often isolates them, they have found comfort in each other. Number 6, Cuba. The friendship between China and Cuba is not just political, it's emotional and built on shared beliefs. Both countries follow communist systems, and that deep connection has held them together for many years, even though they are far apart on the map. Through hard times and global changes, they have stayed close. Cuba has been going through many economic struggles. Many countries have stepped back from helping, but China has stepped forward. This support means everything for Cuba. China sends important goods like machines, electronics, and food, things that Cuban people badly need. China has also invested in Cuba's tourism and other industries, giving hope to a country that has suffered so much. It's shocking to know that China is now one of Cuba's biggest trade partners. Their trade keeps growing year after year. When natural disasters hit Cuba, China was there, sending aid and help. Chinese doctors have worked in Cuban hospitals, helping people during dark times, but behind this strong friendship is a sad truth. Cuba is still struggling. Its unique political system and ongoing economic problems make life difficult for ordinary people. Still, the powerful bond between the two countries, built on shared beliefs and trust, seems strong enough to last, even when the world around them keeps changing. Number 5, Venezuela. Even though Venezuela is facing deep economic problems, it has become one of China's closest political and economic friends in Latin America, a region where the U.S. used to have a strong hold. This change is surprising and emotional. Once full of hope, Venezuela is now in crisis. People are struggling to find food, medicine, and work. But as Venezuela's relationship with the United States fell apart, China stepped in like a lifeline. China gave Venezuela huge loans, mostly in return for oil. These deals helped Venezuela keep its economy alive for a little while longer. The shocking part? These loans were worth billions of dollars. Without China's help, many of Venezuela's public services might have collapsed completely. China didn't stop there. It also put money into Venezuela's roads, technology, and other important areas to keep the country running. For the people of Venezuela, this support meant survival. Social programs continued, and the country was able to bring in basic goods. But there was a heavy cost. Many people worry that Venezuela now owes too much to China and may never be able to pay it back. The weight of debt is like a chain, quiet but painful. In return for this support, Venezuela has always stood beside China on major world issues. Both countries often speak against Western influence and say they want a fairer world system. They agree that no outside power should tell them how to run their countries. But underneath this friendship is a deep sadness. A once rich country now leans on another for help, and while China helps, some wonder, is this help truly a gift, or is it something that will cost Venezuela far more in the future? Number 4, Cambodia. The relationship between Cambodia and China has grown very strong in recent years. Cambodia is now seen as one of China's closest friends in the region. But this friendship didn't just happen. It was built on money, promises, and shared interests. China has invested a lot of money in Cambodia, helping to build roads, bridges, ports, and business zones. These projects have helped Cambodia's economy grow, but they've also created deep ties that some people find worrying. China is now Cambodia's biggest trading partner. In fact, more than 40% of all foreign investment in Cambodia comes from China. That's a huge number. It shows just how much Cambodia depends on China to build its future. And in return, Cambodia often supports China's views on world issues, especially in the South China Sea, where many countries argue over who owns what. While others try to stand up to China, Cambodia usually stays by its side. Cambodia has also backed China on human rights issues and believes in not interfering in other countries' business. This loyalty has made China very happy. There are even more signs of closeness. More Chinese tourists visit Cambodia each year. Chinese culture is growing in the country, and Chinese businesses are everywhere. But not everything is perfect. Some people are scared. They worry that Cambodia is becoming too dependent on China. What if Cambodia can't pay back the money it borrowed? What if China starts to control too much? Some fear this could lead to a dangerous debt trap. Still, Cambodia's leaders see China as a strong and helpful partner, a country that will help them grow no matter what the cost may be. Number 3, North Korea. The relationship between China and North Korea is one of the oldest and most emotional in modern history. It began with blood and war, the Korean War. China sent soldiers to help North Korea fight against United Nations forces. That moment created a deep bond that still lives on today, even after many hard and painful years. But this friendship hasn't always been easy. It has faced many struggles, changes, and moments of doubt. Still, China remains North Korea's biggest friend, even though the world tries to punish North Korea for its dangerous nuclear program. China follows some international rules, but at the same time, it keeps helping North Korea behind the scenes. This quiet support keeps North Korea alive. China gives North Korea food, fuel, and other basic needs. It's shocking to know that over 90% of North Korea's trade comes from China. Without China, North Korea might collapse. The people there are already suffering, and China is their lifeline. Even when trade is supposed to be limited by sanctions, goods keep crossing the border, often unseen. China and North Korea share a similar political system. Both are communist nations. This shared belief has kept them close. But things are not perfect. China doesn't like it when North Korea tests missiles or talks about nuclear war. It makes the world nervous, and even China sometimes speaks out. But deep down, China fears something worse: chaos. If North Korea falls apart, it could send thousands of refugees into China, and no one wants that. So even with sadness and tension, China keeps helping. It wants peace, not panic. This strange, emotional friendship continues, quiet, complicated, and holding on to the past while fearing the future. Number 2, Russia. The relationship between China and Russia has changed a lot over the past few decades. Once, they were enemies during the Cold War, two powerful nations who didn't trust each other. But now, something surprising has happened. They've become close partners. Why? Because both of them feel that the United States and its friends have too much control in the world. Together, China and Russia want to push back and build their own strength. After Russia took Crimea and the war in Ukraine started, Russia was pushed away by many Western countries. This made Russia turn to China for support, and China welcomed the friendship. Since then, the two countries have started working closely together in many areas: energy, military, technology, and even world politics. One shocking example is how Russia now provides a lot of energy to China. China needs more and more energy as it grows, and Russia is helping to meet that need. They even built a huge gas pipeline called the Power of Siberia. Trade between the two has also exploded. In 2023, it reached over $200 billion, a record high. China has become Russia's biggest trade partner. Imagine that. Two countries once unsure of each other, now fully dependent. Even though Russia hasn't fully joined China's massive Belt and Road plan like Pakistan has, it still wants to work together through its own plan called the Eurasian Economic Union. They're trying to connect their goals and cooperate more. Their military friendship is growing too. They now train together on land, in the sea, and in the sky. Russia has also shared advanced weapons with China, but beneath the surface there are still quiet tensions. Some say China is clearly stronger, especially in the economy. There's also some unease from history and competition in Central Asia, but for now, their shared goals seem stronger than their hidden problems. Number 1, Pakistan. Pakistan is often called China's iron brother, and their friendship is one of the deepest and most emotional bonds in the world. It's not just a simple partnership. It's a strong, unshakable relationship built on years of trust, loyalty, and shared struggles. No matter how the world changes, these two nations have stood by each other. For a long time, Pakistan has supported China in global matters, especially on sensitive issues like Taiwan and Xinjiang. In return, China has always stood with Pakistan, helping in its security, economy, and development. This powerful friendship has only grown stronger with time, and many believe that Pakistan is China's closest ally. One of the most emotional and shocking parts of their bond is the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. This is a massive project, part of China's Belt and Road Initiative that connects China's Xinjiang region with Pakistan's Gwadar port. China has already invested over $60 billion. This project is creating jobs, building roads, and bringing hope to millions of Pakistanis who dream of a better future. But their connection isn't just about money. They also work closely on military and security issues. China gives military support to Pakistan, and they often train together. Both countries worry about problems in the region, like in Afghanistan or tensions with India, and they face these challenges side by side. Still, not everything is perfect. There are fears about debt and the safety of Chinese workers in Pakistan. But even with these problems, the friendship between China and Pakistan stays strong. It's a bond filled with history, emotions, sacrifices, and dreams of a shared future. What do you think? Are you shocked by this partnership? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this interesting, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more insightful videos. Thanks for watching.